Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Gandhi, joined with Bravo. You're finally defending with me. We get to cast a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just really excited. So sorry about all the little bit of technical difficulties. We're just trying to iron things out. You know, we've had a long off season. You know, we're just ironing things out. So for those of you who have the premium package, you got to see a little bit of behind the stuff here. So I hope you all enjoyed that. But we got some updates from the floor, Bravo. Just go ahead and drop them on us.
The big news here is that several pro players are already getting knocked out in this first round. The earliest, and I'd say the most surprising, and that would be T-Squared.
T-Squared has been eliminated. He did not finish top 4, so he got knocked out in round 1, as well as Dursky. But that is stuff we'll talk about later and see how it impacts his team. But right now, in the same free-for-all, we have Pistola, Ninja, and Straight Sick. This is going to be a doozy.
Yes, when you told me that we had these 3 pro players in one individual free-for-all match on main stage, it couldn't be any better for you viewers at home. I'm really excited for you guys to check out this match. Go ahead and tweet at us at MLG_Gandhi and at BravoMLG. Which pro out of Ninja, Straight Sick, and Pistola do you think is going to take home this victory?
And you know, one thing I kind of have to ask you, Bravo, is why would Ninja and Straight Sick share the same screen?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you might think back in the Halo 2 days you had to worry about players kind of feeding each other kills, you know, like not necessarily working together, but, you know, they can just take a look at each other's screens. And is that, for those who don't know, I actually don't know, do they go ahead and choose who they sit next to for these matches?
Yes, you actually have the full privileges. You can sit next to whomever you would like. So notice why Pistola sat next to D/4. He probably just smells fear, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to pounce on him. This is my time to shine. But jumping out here, we see a 5-kill lead already for Ninja, and Straight Sick right there with 4, so that screen is just doing a lot of damage. And we also have a female on this free-for-all, Teddy.
Yeah.
She's been widely known throughout the community. I think she dated APG, correct?
Yeah, there's something going on there that, I don't know, probably isn't too important for this match. But one reason I think that Ninja and Straight Sick might have shared a screen, for you guys watching at home who saw them sitting, you know, right there setting up, they're both wearing those white SteelSeries Siberia headphones that shine like the sun, and I think they might be sharing a screen so they can use an audio splitter. So,
Ooh.
you know, if you think about it, no other player would want to lose the advantage of sound, so they might be going ahead and using an audio splitter, using their headphones together. Maybe they didn't want to sit next to each other, but they kind of had to.
Yeah, and you know, that's something you have to take into consideration because, you know, Bravo, sound is extremely important here in this free-for-all. You have to hear, you can hear the clicks when people spawn underneath you, you can hear grenades thrown, and sometimes you just get caught in the action, especially on split screen.
Yeah, absolutely. Something I was talking to Aptitude about actually was how often you spawn below someone. So say you spawn on a front jump and there's a person top base and a person cross map, you really get pinched on those spawns. So you want to be able to hear if there's someone spawning below you. And something that I also talked to Best Man about was that back in Halo 2, a lot of players actually listen to music. I remember sitting down next to Slim, Halo 2 Pro Slim, in New York 06, or excuse me, New York 07, and just watch him, he listened to music the entire time, you know, no game sound. So it's interesting to see how different players have different strategies in winning free-for-all.
Absolutely. Now taking a look at a quick little update here. We're just about almost at the 3-minute mark into this. As Ninja's just going to destroy Teddy with the grenade launcher. We see as Pistola and Ninja are in the lead. And then Straight Sick has 8 kills. I'm not sure where exactly that puts him. I'm assuming, he is in 3rd place. So pretty low kills so far besides Ninja and Pistola.
Yeah, I mean, what I expect by the end of this free-for-all is absolutely to see those 3 guys, you know, way at the top. I don't think there's any doubt. I don't know. We were kind of talking about earlier. You think one of these guys can get eliminated, but I mean, these guys are individual powerhouses. You know, they're not just pro players. These guys are amazing individual players, and they've got great free-for-all skill. They play all the time. So I'd expect to see big numbers from all 3 of these guys, and you know, it's going to be a race for 4th place. Oh,
absolutely. And the one thing that I was able to learn from Dave Walsh, who, my God, I had no idea of all the strategy that actually went into Dave Walsh's free-for-all. Like, all this time, I just thought he was a lucky player. He just understands it so well, and it's so nice to have. But really, the main strategy is don't shoot cross-map unless someone is weak. And that is the one thing, that is the only thing that stood out to me so far in that first FFA.
Yeah. One thing that, I mean, a lot of players, it takes a while to learn is, you know, to really when you spawn, the direction that you go is so important. You know, a lot of people, when they say, "Oh, I'm having trouble in free-for-all, what can I do?" One thing that I say is, make every opposite decision that you normally make, because depending on which way you go will depend on other player spawns, your next spawn. Just so many factors go into every decision you make in free-for-all. So I'm not surprised to see that Dave has so many little nuances about his play.
Absolutely, and you have a plethora of just videos on your YouTube that's all about explaining just gameplay, and I'm sure you have a couple with free-for-all. When you do those videos, are you looking to cover like what we're to see? I mean, we haven't really seen this grenade launcher come into that much of an effect. Is that something you expected?
To be honest, I expected it to be really powerful. Obviously, I don't think it has a full clip in it. They're spawning with a few less shots than a normal clip, but you see the two guys sitting right next to each other.
He doesn't have a funny hat. I am not a fan of Ninja right now. Where is the moo cow?
It is interesting to see those two sitting next to each other as we take a peek over at their screen now. I believe they're in, looks like second and third place.
Yeah, so doing a good job, even on the same screen. Now on the other side here, we see Pistola has 27, and his screen mate D/4 is not having the best game.
Yeah, very interesting to see Pistola. Obviously, a player who started in Halo 2. You remember back at Charlotte 2007, winning that free-for-all and getting hoisted up above the crowd. I believe he was 15, maybe 15 years old at the time. I think maybe he had just turned 16, but not only was he so strong back then and made a name for himself then, but obviously still strong today. It's going to be really interesting, Scott. There's going to be some players by the end of the day that have made a name for themselves as strong free-for-all players.
Yeah, and one thing that you just touched on is that Pistola was known through free-for-all. No one gave him credit or really even the chance up until, mid Halo 3 to even be decent at 4v4 competition. So he shined through free-for-all, and then finally it took teaming with Hines, Cloud, and whoever it was in the 2008 series when they took down Straight Rippin' in that ridiculous series. That's when he finally started to shine, and you kind of were the one to mold him on Triggers Down. How do you just mold a free-for-all player into a 4-player?
Well, I think by the time I had joined Triggers Down, in all honesty, he was very much on his way to becoming the next best 4v4 player. So when I joined, the team had just gotten a lot of chemistry. They were coming off an event win, and we went ahead and won a few more events that year. But I think the big thing is to keep them, make sure they're a vocal player. Luckily, Pistola, super energetic kid, and he, a really good player. And when he's talking, total asset to his team. But one thing I'd say that, Pistola had a while where he was teaming with teammates who some might say were not, the cream of the crop in Halo 2.
Are you talking about Kellen? I love Kellen.
I believe it was AYR for a while he was teaming with. It wasn't the greatest mix of 4v4 players, and they probably weren't as dedicated as him. So you had Pistola placing so well in these free-for-alls, taking home huge cash prizes, and then a nice little triple there from Pistola, taking home these cash prizes, but kind of didn't find the 4v4 mix. And nowadays, now that he's so versatile as a 4v4 player, I think you could put him with anyone, and he would really shine. But back then, it just took him a little bit of time. So I think players watching at home and free-for-all players who are competing here, I think definitely realize just how long it might take. Nowadays, everyone knows Pistola. There's no doubt about that. Top player, a very well-respected player. But it took him quite a while, even as a well-known free-for-all player, to become successful in 4v4. And now he's taken home several checks with $5,000 on each of them.
Yeah. So, taking a look at the stats here, I mean, Straight Sick Ninja and Pistola really don't have anything to worry about except the battle amongst themselves. I believe Straight Sick is up by at least 11 kills. 10 kills now over the 4th place, so it's really a battle between those three, and Pistola is just on a tear. I mean, notice how he is playing. He's sitting under the base, he is waiting for waiting for his radar, goes off radar, and his shot is just so impressive now, and he gets these little clutch kills. He's making sure to get at least 1 or 2 kills per life. And, that's really what you're looking to do at this point.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you want to make the most of every single chance you have, every single spawn you have. If you look at you guys right now, you see that in the 4th spot, we actually have Teddy, our female competitor here, proving that she doesn't even need to be referenced as a female competitor, that she's here to play, and she's actually beating out those bottom 3, those bottom 4 other individuals. So it's going to be pretty cool to see if we see all 3 pros take the first 3 spots and then Teddy go ahead and advance from here, especially when so many pros aren't advancing. Here you have Teddy with 3 pros in her free-for-all, and she might go ahead and advance through this round.
And that's going to be just imperative for her team as well. I mean, this free-for-all, you can just see how the rounds are going to progress, and it is just going to be just so intense. These are the 3 players of the top 20 that we put down on our list to focus on all weekend long, and they're in the same FFA in round 1. You know, the luck of the free-for-all gods sometimes are just against people, as Ninja just gets destroyed by Pistola. Oh my god.
So for those of you who just might be joining, what Scott was talking about was we went ahead and selected as a trio the 20 best free-for-all players that we really wanted to have on this main stage for you guys. So we're not just throwing on random matches. As you can see, we're really selecting these matches. These 3 players happen to be randomly put in this free-for-all together, but what we went ahead and did was selected players that we know you guys love to watch, players who might be known for their free-for-all. For example, Bestman, a former Halo 2 free-for-all competitor who used to play all the time, strong side as well. So we went ahead and selected these players, and we really hope you guys are enjoying these free-for-all matches. Wanted to bring you some play from at least some of the highest caliber players that we can.
Yeah, and we may actually be seeing a lead change here, as it is going to be Ninja who's going to be tying it up with Pistola, as we are jumping on board with AEN and Teddy. I haven't figured out how to say his name yet. Is it Ain?
I wanted to say Ain. Let's just go with AEN.
Ain? N? Maybe it's N. Maybe the A is silent.
Oh, it could be one of those.
You know, we never know.
AEN it is.
Yeah, AEN. So he is sharing the screen with Teddy, and Teddy's just kind of abusing him at this point.
Yeah,
he has 16 kills.
Yeah, she still has that 4th place, but not being as nearly as abused as much as we have this another player who only has 8 kills at this point. But let's watch this Teddy, see if she can hold this 4th place. Let's look at the numbers right here as they pop up on her death screen.
And it is going to be
33 to 28 is 5th place. So, you know, if she just keeps playing at this pace, she will have absolutely no problem just holding on to this and advancing through this round, which, to be honest, is something to say for itself.
Yeah, and now we have seen our lead change here as Ninja's going to move up 49 to 48 over Pistola. But right there is Straight Sec as he's going to trade with Pistola. And they are just neck and neck.
They are.
1 kill is separating them from a 3-way tie. This may be a nail-biter. And as we talked about earlier on in the pregame show, every placing matters. Whoever gets first in this is going to give their team 8 points. Right. Second, 7. You know, this will add up.
Right, and what you said about it being neck and neck, I mean, sometimes at this point, even this early in the game, you can see players just really getting, you know, carried away, and so their kill count really going way above their competitors. But here you see, I believe it's 50-50-49 are the 50-50-50 are the top 3. So we have all 3 pro players right here, neck and neck and neck. We couldn't really ask for a better free-for-all here, with now 4 minutes left. Really exciting to watch here. We're going to see, try to pick out for you guys which strategies each pro player is employing to have such a high lead over the rest of this competition.
Yeah, and the great thing is Bravo and I actually have prepared for this. We said if we ever get a really close free-for-all, like a 3-way tie, for the last like 30 seconds, all we're going to do is hold an O. So it should be pretty fun here. We're going to just erupt the stadium with an O here, as Pistola is going to get a triple kill, and the crowd will make some noise. Will there be an overkill? We already saw one actually on the main
Yes, we
stage.
did. I was out there and the crowd did go wild. I was actually watching from there. It was pretty cool to see that late kill-tacular. But for these last few minutes, let's see Pistola now trying to hold top mid, taking out Ninja. Going to try to swing around the bases. Notice how he's kind of hanging around top mid, checks the health pack, goes back to top mid, checks the health pack. So let's see if he now just only leading by 1. We're at 56, 55, 54. We'll see. Right now, Pistola still holding the lead just a little bit now with 2 kills. If he has a good spawn right here, he can try to pull away, but we'll see how that happens.
Yep, so he's going to get the spawn under the base. He's going to come up. He knows his teammate was, his screenmate was just fighting someone, and he will be rewarded a double kill. The Wizard just, the Wizard just points his aimer and just says Avada Kedavra, right here, and everyone does. He couldn't say Avada Kedavra quick enough. You know the Wizard. It's hard to get those words out.
Oh my, that was excellent, excellent. I think all his 2 other pro player competitors in this free-for-all were actually in that clip.
Yeah.
So that's why we got a little bit excited here. He's really showing off in this last free-for-all. So like I said, if he had a good spawn there, he could pull away. Now he's up 62 to 56, so he went ahead and did that. And
notice that Teddy is now up by 13 kills over D-Slash. She's doing an excellent job at just keeping that 4th place, and she may actually be able to give him a run for the money. But really here, it is the top 3 that everyone is going to be focusing on. We see as Ninja has 58, Straight Six has 54, and Pistola has 64. He is just doing an excellent job. With 2 minutes left, he may be able to get into the mid-70s.
Yeah, definitely could be able to. Pistola, obviously, when the Halo 2 rule change was made that it would be an unlimited kill limit, Pistola, one of those players who really took advantage of that and kind of set a new bar as to how many kills you could actually get in a free-for-all. Remember, back in the beginning of Halo 2, of course, all free-for-alls ended at 50 kills, you guys.
Yeah, and you know, the crazy thing is Pistola, I'll never forget when I heard Pistola's name. I joined the Tour de Walsh, and I go, Walshy, who is Pistola? He goes, oh, he's just a kid who's going to destroy this free-for-all. He'll probably have like 1,000 kills before everyone else. And sure enough, I had like 700 and he had 1,000 and no one else was really close.
Yeah.
I think Walshy and Strongside were right there. But it's just incredible to see him just evolve. We can't talk enough about him, so let's go ahead and talk about Straight Sick.
Yeah, right now at 59 kills here, Straight Sick holding down third place. Looks like he shouldn't have any trouble, obviously, holding that spot. Teddy with 51, so Straight Sick, I think, has solidified that. Straight Sick actually might be able to get this second place spot before the end of this free-for-all. For those of you who don't know what Gandhi was talking about with the Tour de Walsh, he used to run these super long free-for-alls and really just play all day because that's what free-for-all is. You know, it's all about improving your game and trying to consistently become a better player. But now with 1 minute left, let's talk about how this free-for-all is going to go ahead and end.
Well, we see as Straight Sick just pulled ahead of a Ninja by 1 kill. Ninja, he actually has to get a better placing than third place because T-Squared's already eliminated.
Right.
So every point is just imperative for him to get. He cannot slack off and just be comfortable with getting top 4. He has to make sure to at least get second in this one as Pistola is just still on a tear. Meanwhile, Straight Sick's going to pick up a double kill, make it a triple. Here comes the overkill.
Wait,
J-Kill, will he be able to get it?
Oh,
and
no.
Ninja says, get out of my house. And now Ninja will be back into this one. He will get an assist, and he will now be cleaned up.
That should give Straight Sick, though, that second place. Definitely that second place finish now with 67 to 63, 10 seconds left. I don't see any way Ninja could come back here. So this has been an absolutely awesome free-for-all. We'll go ahead and check on Twitter if you guys expected this to be the order. But Pistola is going to go ahead and close this out with relative ease, thanks to obviously some big multi-kills there in the middle of the match.
Oh. Yeah, look at Pistola, 80% chance that he will win the free-for-all. He is the man. He is just the man.
He's a humble, amazing Halo player.
Yeah. Well, now time to check out the NOS performance of the match here. Pretty much a no-brainer because Pistola, 75 kills, 17 assists, 43 deaths. He won that one pretty handily. And, you know, Straight Sick was one of those players we said he has a really good chance at winning this free-for-all. And Pistola just kind of outdid him right there, but nonetheless, Straight Sick still in second place, Ninja following on third, and Teddy just with really honestly a dominant performance there in that fourth place.
And you look at actually 4 of the players in this free-for-all have 43 deaths, and Pistola actually just had 75 kills, so positive 32, putting up huge numbers there. But you see all 4 of these top players actually going significantly positive, with the bottom 4 going significantly negative all the way down to the bottom. So impressive play there, kind of Teddy really establishing herself, not with those bottom 4, instead with those top 4. So congrats to her and the rest of the competitors advancing.
Yeah, and you know, the one thing is going to be interesting is as this progresses, we're going to see Ninja and Straight Sick, assuming all goes according to plan, Ninja, Straight Sick, and Pistola, and perhaps maybe Teddy will all have their own individual screen. And I think that's going to change a little bit there because Ninja and Straight Sick were kind of battling amongst one another. They had the competition right in front of them, and they were like, okay, well, I got to get into the battle. I got to dominate. So maybe they'll slack off a little bit,
yeah,
maybe?
I'd say definitely having the advantage. For example, imagine if you spawn in a base and you head out the street and you see there's a battle going on gold on the other player's top screen. You're going to go ahead and head to gold, maybe clean up a kill or 2 here. Over a 15-minute period, that can lead to easily 30, 35 kills that you're cleaning up if you're really paying attention to that screen. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the scoreboard one more time just to review those stats. But it's really going to be interesting to see if they can actually play without each other's screens, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and you know, hats off to all these competitors here. We see as Big Floppy finishing out in 6th. D-Lash, now you have to keep in mind, although he did not advance, he still solidified himself at that 5th spot, so he's going to give his team a little bit more points, and that is something that's going to make a difference in the long haul.
Right, and that does remind me that T-Squared actually did place 5th in his free-for-all, is what I heard. So it could have been 1 kill, could have been a few kills, but so T-Squared obviously getting a few extra points for straight ripping here in Columbus, but that 5th place spot is going to make a difference. Unfortunately for those bottom competitors, when they probably saw the names that were in their free-for-all, they were probably realized their chances were.
Oh God, Pistola!
There was only really 1 spot to advance for the.
Yeah,
you got to expect those 3 players to really advance without a problem.
Absolutely. Well, we are going to go to a commercial break. When we come back, more free-for-all because it's Free-for-all Friday. Woo!